After dodging bullets last match against one of the best servers I've ever faced, I was now in the semi-final in my last week here in Mexico. Last match I faced Elijah Strode, and this match I faced his brother, Isaiah Strode. In the evening the schedule came out, and I was scheduled to play first match in the morning.
I don't typically like playing in the morning, but I mean it's a good compromise here, because if you get scheduled in the afternoon, like, it's gonna be even harder to play. The altitude is already bad enough, so.
You can see the grip all blooded up here. And it's because my hands keep bleeding because of the sun. We're in high altitude and I have put no lotion whatsoever. You can see a hole there. And here as well in between my fingers. This is how bad I'm at. I have 2 casts for my wrist when I sleep. My left one and my right one, which is even bigger. So I have to sleep with both of these, or I do sleep with both of these every single night. Otherwise, they hurt. This is where I'm at.
Now Isaiah is higher ranked than Elijah, he's around 700 in the world, and he also played very different tennis. To start off, he didn't have the same serve. His serve was still good, but not as tough obviously as his brother. I mean, if you saw last match, you know how much of a scramble it was to return his first or second serve. But Isaiah was more of an aggressive baseliner, had pretty short swings which were effective in these conditions in high altitude, and even when the ball was coming fast to him, he could move me around without too much trouble. So it was definitely going to be a tough match where I had to rally much more and cut down my mistakes. I started off pretty hot though, and in this first game I'm able to gain a break point. Differently than my previous match, I also had to strategize a bit more and be okay with playing longer rallies, but I knew I had to try and be aggressive and play on my terms whenever I had the chance to, because although it didn't seem like it at times, he could be quite aggressive when given a chance. A great point here gives me the early break lead. I start off the next game with an ace. As you can see here though, he could give a lot of power with short swings, and if I was just putting him in play, he could hit winners like this. I'm 15-30 down now, and with the first serve I break the net, so now we had to wait like a good 3 minutes for the ref to fix it. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly want that to happen at this score with a second serve. But luckily he does give me a first serve and I proceed to ace T. And at 30 all, another ace. As you can once again see, I was being too passive. He would just take control and move me around straight away. And again with this altitude I couldn't just hit it with lots of power on every shot. It was easy to lose control, but I also couldn't just make balls clearly. Anyway, I'm able to take the game home and I'm off to a good start, leading 2-0. He puts on a couple of good points here though to hold. One thing that stood out was how many winners he was hitting. He hit 5 winners in the first 3 games, and here's a 6th. But I respond with an ace, and then at 30-15 another great serve. And now I have a chance to close the game and keep the momentum going. And his backhand was very nasty here, very low, very fast and flat and difficult to manage. Sure enough, another winner. A 4 miss here though gives me the game. $40-30 down this game, and I don't want to give up on it yet. It would obviously be better to be a double break ahead. He takes the lead straight away, but I go hard down the line and he misses. I think quality and pace wise this was one of my better matches in my time here in Mexico. Maybe where the quality was the highest from both and not just one side. The speed of the ball was higher than most matches I've played, and more impressively we could consistently rally and move around each other as if we were on at 2,700 meters, which I promise is not easy. It's one thing to hit big when you have a slow ball, but in these conditions hitting at this pace back and forth without overdoing it and hitting the back fence at some point was impressive. I get my first breakpoint chance here, but he immediately puts me on the defense with this backhand. And after following up to the net, my pass just stops on the net strap. It's deuce again, and then falls another great rally. One thing that I figured out this game, and as the match went on, was that moving him to the backhand and then following up with the slice down the line was quite effective. I didn't even like the low ball on the forehand, and that's exactly what I do here to get the break with it. Most guys these days don't like a low ball on the run on the forehand, so I think it's a good combo for you guys to use too. And when he hit backhand cross fast, it was hard anyway to hit a normal backhand back. So this solution was just great. The short and low slice line is something I learned in my slicing only days when my wrist was messed up. And I have to say it's coming in pretty handy. If you want to see me play matches with only the slice, go check out my college matches playlist on my channel. I'm 5-1 up now and have done a good job of being tough in the long rallies. But I couldn't let my guard down now and let him take control. A couple of good serves here get him up to 30-15, but this all-out return makes us even again. I missed the next return, but at 40-30 I go again all out. But yeah, in the end he gets the game. Now I had to make sure I was rock solid to close the net, and for the first time probably ever my opponent shanks before I do. 15-all and an ace coming in handy. At 30-15, I take the net and he forces the pass a bit wide. First set point. And there we go, great start, 6-2. Despite the score being 6-2, I had to play very well for it to be that way. And I know if I was less aggressive and took it lightly, things could turn around in a minute. He was a good player and surely was not gonna give up without a fight. Chance to put pressure here at 30-all, but his backhand from the middle was just a great weapon, and I find myself scrambling. But can't do quite enough to take that point. My return sails just deep. Good start of my service game, and shortly after I'm up 30-love. Ref tried calling that one out, but he gave me the point in the end, and now looking to go 1-all. Once again, they're the lightning backhand from the middle. A nice pass by me though at 30-love to get in the game. He doesn't have too much trouble holding serve though. This is the phase of the match where it's easy to go into cruise control, but it's important to keep concentration and not let your opponent sneak in opportunities. And on the other side, when returning, you want to try and turn up your presence a little bit to tell your opponent you are there and ready to do damage. And he does a good job on the low slice on the forehand this time, and I get a bit late on that. .30-15 and good block return there to push him back, and we play this backhand cross-court rally. I risk a bit too much with the down the line though. 40-30 in here, and a solid down the line forehand on the run gives him the hold. Love 15 and the match is getting heated now. We're both going at it and we know that every point here counts, and I don't want to lose this point and go down love 30. Luckily he just misses the approach, and later an ace-t gives me the hold. This next game now was all about being solid and not giving anything for free. Seeing if he had what it takes to keep the lead here and not let him off for free. He plays a couple of good points and then takes home the game. Now, this was a properly important game, and he starts off hard with this return. A long and tough rally here, and he once again the slice line saves me. 15-all now. Not the right ball to go line there, and it's trouble. Good for a serve at 15-30, trying to take control, while the rally goes on. Once again he takes charge, and I missed the forehand on the reach. Yeah, an absolute waste now, and suddenly I'm down a break. And I don't start off well the next game. He keeps the heat going, I'm 30 love down, and he aces me. We're 40-15 now, but he double faults. By now you know me, I don't go down without a fight, so I was gonna give it all this point to stay in the set. He misses a rare backhand. He earns another set point though. An idiotic misline, and that's a set, 6-3. Well, the third set I'm 15-40 down straight away. Luckily an ace and a service winner next get me the deuce. Thankfully he misses the inside out and I get a chance to close the game, which I'm able to do. In this next game I'm somehow up low 30, and despite a good serve he gives me 3 break points here. The first one is saved though. The volley's just steep, and that's a big gift here, giving me a break lead. And the next game I'm up 30 love straight away. Also guys, sorry for interrupting the action, but just thought it was a good time to thank you all for following me and watching my content. It's really a fun community, and I thank you for your support on all my platforms. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. Back to the action, and that break was massively important because momentum was more on his side in that phase of the match. And me snatching the game kinda was unexpected and put doubts and pressure on him. Play a long rally here, and in the end I missed the backhand. A 40-30 second serve, and he misses the return though. Lucky escape there. Now, part of me was definitely thinking about managing the advantage I have built, you know, really focus on my service games more than anything, playing my game by a fair margin, as after getting broken he could potentially miss a bit more from pressure and being rushed. He holds easily, and I need to make sure I do the same to go up 4-1. And I go up 40 love, and with a good serve, it's 4-1. He had definitely started to miss a bit more, maybe lacked some belief at this stage of the match, and is quickly down low 30. He plays a good point here though, and closes with a volley. However, some of his shots were not as accurate anymore. You can see here at 30 all, he misses the backhand line to give me the break point. He's able to win that point though, and hit his 20th winner of the match, and makes it to 4-2 afterwards. Now, unfortunately, and I am really sorry about this, but my phone overheated and stopped recording right here. I know this already happened, and it's terrible because both you guys and I wanted to see the end of this match, but unfortunately there was no shade on that court, so there was really no way to avoid it. Luckily though, you'll be seeing another match because I ended up winning the set 6-2 to reach my first final. The last 2 games were pretty quick and one way. I was able to hold serve to Love to go up 5-2 and break him at 15 to take the match. And that was a great win for me. I really thought I was in trouble at the beginning of the third set, but luckily I turned it around, and with a bit of his help as well that second game, I took it home. Now, I was ready for my first final ever on the Pro Tour, playing for the title and 15 ATP points, and I was incredibly excited and pumped. So you already know that next week's video is going to be the best video ever posted on my channel. Don't miss that.